Aloha and good day. My name is Jürgen Steinmetz from eTurboNews, and this is a breaking news update. For more news updates and shows, please go to youtube.com/travel news group. youtube.com/travel news group. Here's our update.
Prominent tourism ministers set to speak at Africa Tourism Day. Jamaica Tourism Minister Honorable Edmund Bartlett will be among the 5 tourism ministers to speak during the event that had attracted key personalities to share their experience and views on Africa tourism during and after COVID-19 pandemic. 5 prominent tourism ministers are set to participate, speak then grace the second edition of Africa Tourism Day scheduled to take place later in Lagos, Nigeria's commercial capital mid-morning this Friday. The second edition of Africa Tourism Day, ATD, will take place in Nigeria's commercial capital from November 25 to November 26, 2021. Jamaica Tourism Minister Honorable Edmund Bartlett will be among the 5 tourism ministers to speak during the event that had attracted key personalities to share their experience and views on Africa tourism during and after COVID-19 pandemic. Jamaica Minister for Tourism Dr. Edmund Bartlett. Other ministers set to participate the event are Moses Vilakati, Minister for Tourism and Environmental Affairs of the Kingdom of Eswatini, Hun Filda Nani Caring, the Botswana Minister for Environment, Natural Resources, Conservation and Tourism. Others are Dr. Meminatu Pratt, the Sierra Leone Minister for Tourism and Cultural Affairs, and Dr. Damas Ndumbaro, the Tanzania's Minister for Natural Resources and Tourism. Former Minister for Tourism and Culture of the Republic of Seychelles and the President of the African Tourism Board, ATB, Hun. Alon Street Ainge is the other prominent personality in Africa's tourist industry to participate then speak at the African Tourism Day event. President of the African Tourism Board, ATB, Hun. Alon Street Ainge. African Tourism Board Executive Chairman Mr. Cuthbert Ncube is as well set to discuss then share pertinent issues about Africa's rich tourism and heritage during the ATD event. African Tourism Board Executive Chairman Mr. Cuthbert Ncube. The ATD event had as well attracted tourism gurus across the African continent, United States of America, Europe and other countries in the world to discuss, share positive ideas and exchange their rich experiences on best approaches that would help to develop then market the African tourism and Africa as a whole at the global tourist markets. Bearing a theme of intersection of tourism, trade and sustainability, imperatives for Africa, during and post-COVID-19 era, the second African Tourism Day event will highlight the rich heritages and services offered in African tourism sector. The International Organization Committee (IOC) has announced the hosting of the second edition of Africa Tourism Day, which is billed to be held virtually. Africa Tourism Day is dedicated to focusing on the African continent as a continental event, which brings together governments, corporate bodies, stakeholders and others in the value chain of tourism to address issues affecting the sector. ATD has been designed then dedicated to bring key tourism personalities including national policymakers, business stakeholders, visitors and other tourism players celebrate Africa's richness, said Ms. Abigail Adesina Olagbai of Dazigo Tourism Development and Facility Management Company. ATD objectives, among others, are to celebrate and showcase Africa on the global stage, the eclectic force of its diverse culture and tourism assets, heritage and potentials in all essence of its meaning, beauty and character, said Ms. Abigail. The event will also bring Africans in diaspora and other African countries, friends of Africa together to appreciate the value of an industry that contributes immensely to economic development and which create jobs, generate revenues and improve livelihoods and communities across the continent. The ATD will as well optimize and focus inwards on the African tourism sector and bring to the fore the challenges and issues impeding tourism growth and development. It will also map solutions for growth, prosperity and future advancement of the tourism sector, especially promoting its sustainability and preservation. The day will inspire the next generation in the knowledge and appreciation of Africa's cultural and natural heritage, also creating and facilitating connection to Africa for Africans and friends of Africa, which can potentially turn the continent's tourism prospects into business opportunities and investment. Participants to the Africa Tourism Day will be a part of history then witness another exciting edition of Africa's signature event that sets aside a continental day to annually commemorate tourism and its immense contribution to African economies. The day will also map out pathways for tourism growth and development for the African continent, then bring together business, investments, networking opportunities with stakeholders within and outside the industry. Participants to the event as well will gain knowledge and actions needed to take as it applies to tourism, trade, sustainability and climate change. Several activities will be marking the Africa Tourism Day, which is expected to span across various African countries through virtual broadcast. Africa Tourism Day was launched in 2020, last year, with participation from 79 countries and 21 speakers from 11 countries.
Thank you for listening to our news update. There's more on youtube.com/travel news group, or you can read us, of course, in going to our news portal at eTurboNews.com or travelnews.online.